Ignore, 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 persist, 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 stay consistent. Hello, my love tribe. Welcome to HeartBlend podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Christian, and I focus on mindset and wellness for sensitive souls. So welcome, welcome. I'm so excited and happy to have you. Hopefully you've been tuning in to the Reinvention series. If you have listened to me on Spotify, then welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm happy to have you here. And so today we are focusing on how to reinvent our mindset. The first step to reinventing yourself, no matter what you're trying to reinvent, is to know these 3 questions. Who do you want to become? Why do you want to become that? And what is the gap between who you are right now and who you want to become? And how can we close that gap up, right? So hopefully you've gotten a chance to figure that part out, because when we try to dive in and take action without vision, we find ourselves making way more mistakes, going around in circles, doing a bunch of stuff that is not serving us. And it can get really hard to get clarity on what actions we actually need to take and where we need to focus our minds. Okay. So once you get those questions answered, I do want you to, in fact, create something a bit more tangible when you answer those questions. So creating a vision board. I know some of us are like so over the vision board thing, but it's not about setting the vision board for all the desires you want, but helping your mind to understand, mind, this is who I want to become. You've got to stay in control. Take control over that mind when it comes to reinventing your mindset. So create like a little vision board of maybe showing the habits that you'll be doing, showing how you'll want to look or something similar to that. Definitely use POV imagery. Please do not use pictures of people that don't look like you, that don't have a similar skin tone or hair or whatever. It's gotta connect. It's gotta kind of trick the mind into thinking that we've already become this person in order for us to kind of catch up. So create something that's a little more tangible that you can remind yourself every day, and make sure that your why is also visible. Your why should be very powerful. It should stick. It should be strong enough that supports your overall well-being, and it can also support the greater good of others around you. When you have a why like that, you will always succeed. The next step into reinventing your mindset is I want you to focus on what you currently already have. What resources do you have access to? What books do you currently have? What skills or talents do you already have? What knowledge do you already know? We can easily run into the mode of constantly getting more things that seem like, oh, this might be the next best thing to help me get to where I want to be. And we can run into just getting more stuff, but not actually using it. Use what you already have. And then from there, we can start to expand, learn new skills, learn new valuable skills that are going to set you up for success, that are going to help elevate your mind. You will never go wrong investing in yourself. So when you learn a new skill, that helps you to break so many limiting beliefs. Now you understand that your reason for not succeeding in the space is not because you're unworthy or because you're not good enough. It's because you didn't know how to do it. Now you do. So that is an excellent way of helping you to reinvent your mindset. And to add on top of that, we want to be open to constructive criticism. Be open to receiving that feedback. That's going to be so helpful for you. And I know, especially when we're sensitive, we're like, I'm good. I don't need to hear all that, right? And sometimes people don't have the best delivery. Like some people just don't know how to communicate well, okay? They don't know how to deliver information properly. So we want to focus on feedback from credible sources, of course, not just someone that's just trying to help you feel better, or a friend or whoever that has no background in what you're trying to do. But constructive criticism from experts and masters and people that are knowledgeable about the thing that you are wanting to achieve when it comes to reinventing your mindset. Learning is receiving. Be open to receiving so that you can apply that and sharpen your mind. The next way to reinvent your mindset is to clear away anything blocking you. I say this all the time. Get rid of what is not serving you. You don't have space, you don't have room to hold on to all of these things. And there are things right now that aren't serving you. Rather, they're thoughts, they're beliefs, they're habits, they're relationships that are dead, that are just draining your energy. They're things that are lying around that when you see it, it triggers you. Let it go. Release it. Clear it out. Let's say it's a thought that keeps coming up. We keep focusing on it, and it's creating a lot of anxiety for us, a lot of worry, and we can't really actually create a solution for it. When we have something that's triggering us this way, it's always best to step away, step back, and to focus on something that's more productive. And eventually that thing that you've been focusing on that was creating all of this negative tension in your body and in your mind, it starts to diminish. It starts to go down that little feed, if you will. But we've got to start putting new positive experiences on top so we can start moving all of those negative experiences down. Now, this doesn't mean that we avoid our problems and that we just don't take care of things. It's for the things that we can't change. How can we pivot and focus on things that are going to bring us joy, that are going to bring us resolution, that are going to bring us peace? That's where we need to focus our energy towards, because that is a huge energy drainer. So that's got to be cleared away. The next way to reinvent your mindset is to shift your social reality. Our social life is so huge when it comes to our mindset. And social media is one of the ways that really affects our social reality. If there's anything that just stirs up this negative energy in you, block, unfollow, mute, close out the app. And you want to shift that algorithm to support you, to support your goals, to support a healthy mindset, to support positive energy. If you're focusing on all of these things that come and distract you, that tear you down internally, that make you feel inferior, that bring up your insecurities, we don't need it. And another piece to shifting that social reality is to also shift your social reality, right? What's real? If you have shady friends, now what are shady friends? One example I can say to you is if you have any friend that cannot show up consistently to support you, that's not a friend. Now, as a disclaimer, we all got life happening. We all have things going on. So we can't be at each other's beck and call every single day. Okay, I'm here for you, friend. What do you need? Right? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you have friends that pop up when you're doing great. All of a sudden, now they got time to spend time with you. All of a sudden, they're resharing your stuff. All of a sudden, they're like, this is my friend. Hey, that's my friend. I know her. I know him. That's my friend. See? What the hell? No. Where were you? Where did you come from? Or the opposite. What about the friends that only show up when you're doing bad? Now they've got all the time in the world to talk to you, to listen to you, to give you advice because you're doing terribly. But on a subconscious level, it makes them feel really good about themselves that someone is doing way worse than them. And when you're doing well, crickets. They don't want to speak highly of you in a room full of people. They don't want to give you any shine whatsoever. You don't need friends like that. And sometimes it's not just your friends. Sometimes it's your family. Sometimes it's coworkers. It could be anybody. Doesn't matter. This is why reinventing yourself is all about you. And so if you need that mental support, because right now we're super wobbly when we're trying to reinvent ourselves, There is a 28-day, 4-week program at HeartBlend Academy. In the link below, there's also a coupon and a 1-day free trial that really helps your mindset. We focus on meditation. We focus on mantra sessions, subliminals. You'll have access to weekly challenges to stimulate your mind and also weekly guidebooks as well. So everything is there in the link, so you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested, okay? Now, the last 2 things I want to share with you when it comes to reinventing your mindset is to, 1, practice discipline. Discipline is so underrated, but it is so valuable. When you practice discipline, when you can jump in and say, no, cut it out, that's enough. We are not going to eat that box of donuts right now. You remember your goal, remember your why. No. Put it away, throw it away, clear it out. Discipline is so powerful. And we need that when it comes to our mindset. So practice discipline with yourself. You know what trips you up. You know your triggers. You know your weak points. You know your blind spots. And the last thing I want to share with you when it comes to reinventing your mindset is I want you to remember you are the driver in this reality. You are the driver in this reinvention process. It's you. It's so easy to get wrapped up in your external world. But if you can say, it's me. I am the driver of this reality right now. Ignore, persist, stay consistent. All right, well, this concludes our episode on how to reinvent your mindset. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you are a sensitive soul, then go ahead and click subscribe so I can continue to support you, where we focus on new topics every single month. And we have meditations, we have affirmations, we do all the things to get your mind in the right space. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is HeartBlend Podcast.